Right, Christina, are you ready to speak English?
Yes, of course, always.
You know what I find so amazing? You speak three languages fluently,
Hmm.
and you're just in your 20s. I find that amazing.
Yes, it's a huge privilege.
Yeah, it makes it more fun also, right?
That's right.
All right, so I've brought you on here because you're my niece, and I'm so goddamn proud of you because you went through your own little transformation. You are you started in to be independent and you started a passion project.
With the coffee shop, I started.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you studied something completely different, and then one day you say, "Wait a minute, I'm going to do something completely else."
Yes, it's actually funny because it was more like an idea just for fun. And then I'm like, okay, just try it, do it. And then I could feel that it's very fun to do it. Yeah, so I can say about me that I live in Germany in a small city, or not so small. Like, the city is called Münster. It's like 1 hour away from the Netherlands, and there live a lot of studies here. So I also moved here to study and studied nutritional science. And then I opened up the coffee shop with another woman. And then now my new project is going to be a little different. It's going to be a combination of a secondhand fashion store and a coffee shop. And the idea of that is that you, as a private person, want to sell your clothes that you're not using anymore. And we are going to sell your clothes. So you don't have to take care of that. And then in the app, you can just follow what you sold. And if you want to bring more items, you can just come to the store and do that. So it's also kind of fun that you have like your own little store in my store. And you could just see like, oh my God, today I sold my t-shirt. I just got 5 euros. So fun. And then you can just bring more and going to be addicted.
So, in fact, your store is also like a little community.
Exactly. That's actually good that you're saying this because that's what I want to focus on more, to say that it's kind of a community. You can also be part of it. Like you can, of course, rent a space for your clothes, but you can also do workshops there.
You know, this is incredible. I mean, you studied something completely else, and
Yes.
then you find out how to do all of this. I mean, is that something that you just think was hidden inside of you and then suddenly that just comes out or I mean that's just amazing. How did it's like you pulled a rabbit out of a hat. It's like a magician, you know? How did you figure out that that was in there?
I think it's very hard to say it in one sentence. Like, I think it's all a process all the time, also now, I think. And there's not really now the time is where I realize what I'm doing. Because I could also always feel also in school that I like to manage, I like to plan events. So when I was in school, I was like, oh, I'm going to be a event planner or something like this. So this is what something I very liked also, to work like in groups and have an idea and then make the idea happen. That I really liked. And so I found a study here in Münster, and here it's called Ökotrophologie, like it's a very tough word. And there you can combine food with something else. So my focus was food with management and sustainability. I also did an internship in like the school food, like how to plan the food in school. And that was also interesting. But then I could feel for me, it's nothing to just sit the whole day in front of a computer and manage stuff. I want to do something, work something with people and see what I'm doing.
But that's what when I wrote the what I wanted to talk to you about, and I used the word passion and have you found your voice? But that is exactly what I think you found. You
Yeah.
you said, well, I don't want to do that, but I want to be involved with people. I want to feel touch. It has to be real reality, not behind a screen. And I think that's so important to know that that is what makes you happy.
Yeah, and I think for me the most fun part is to get the feedback of people and see how they like smile and have like being happy of what I'm giving them.
Yeah. And so how do you overcome, I mean, your first business, whatever happened and you had to get out of it. How do you
Mhm.
how do you overcome the fears of am I going to be successful? How do you deal with that?
Yeah. Good
And
question.
and also successful, I don't know even know what that means, but
Yeah, yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I think I could just also feel in the first project that it's like fun. Also, like, also if it's scary, it's still fun. And then I could feel that it is okay to be, that it's scary, but there's also always going to be a solution. And that is something I was scared of before. And I'm like, oh, what is if something doesn't go well, or what if something goes wrong? And then I was like, yeah, but that's also part of it, and that's what makes a company better. And that I could feel that what is going wrong, what do I have to do better? And there's always going to be a solution. Like you can never like fail completely. Like, and if you do, then that's also okay. Then you build up something new from this.
Yeah, because I
Mhm.
think I think that's such a healthy attitude because when you're young,
Mhm.
you don't really know what to expect of life, right? Because
Mhm.
and then you just took your car and you just crashed it right into the
Mhm.
wall and you says, "Oh, okay, that's how it feels." Huh?
Yeah,
So the fear of that is gone.
yeah.
We all realize that what we think is the worst outcome, once you have
Mm.
lived through it, you realize, oh, I'm not going to die from it. I
Exactly.
can actually learn from it and bring it forward to the next thing that I'm going to do. So I think that's very courageous of you. I was so happy to see the names that you used.
Yeah, I thought so. Yes. So the name of the company is gonna be Vest, like with a V, V-E-S-T. I'm so
Yeah.
bad spelling in English.
Yeah, it's correct.
Yeah. And this name is coming from a name of our family that is called Vestergaard. So we both are Danish, like your parents are Danish, like my grandparents, and they are called Vestergaard. And that's the name of the company. And it was for me very easy to find this name or to decide what the name is going to be because I could feel that this company is something more personal. And I really also want to see it as something personal. And I can also see that people also want this personal bonding with a company or people, and also makes it easier for me. And so I thought, okay, maybe I can call the company Vestager. But then I thought maybe it's too hard to pronounce for people. And then I thought, okay, just to make it easy, like West. And I could just feel in the last couple of years that this Danish part of me is like a huge part of my identity because I myself, my second name is an Italian name because my father is Italian. But I could feel that I really like to spend time in Denmark. I like the Danish culture. I like my Danish family. I always like to spend time with them because it just feels so wholesome and lovely, and people are happy and have a good time and positive. And I think this also fits to my values of my company.
And then I also like your little logo. And
Yes,
and
the
and
logo.
that and that's Susie, right?
Yes. And then I came up with the duck. And then I thought, oh, maybe it's nice to have like this duck like as a mascot, or I don't know what it's called in English,
Yeah.
like a
It's
symbol, yeah, a symbol of the company that I can also like say, ah, yeah, here my our duck is part of our shop. And then I said, maybe you can give the duck a name. And then I'm like, of course, the name has to be Susie, because that's the name of my grandma, and I that's what I also connect with Denmark and family. And I also think Susie is a cute name. Everyone can pronounce it, and it's cute.
emotional mature thing of you to go inside and find this power of empowerment. You empower yourself to say, okay, this is my fundament for my new company. I'm building it on the shoulders of my ancestors. And I thought that that makes you your trajectory amazing.
So they can kind of be part of my store now.
Yeah, and your story. Because isn't
Yes, exactly.
your business is very much also your story, right?
That's true. Especially the point what we talked about before about the fear that I'm not so afraid of doing what I'm doing, that I'm being positive, because often I can feel that when I'm doing something I don't really feel sure about, I'm getting nervous and insecure, and am like, oh shit, maybe I should not doing it. But with this project, I know that it's going to work out because I've tried it before and I had the same feeling before that I'm like, what the fuck am I actually doing here? Like, what is this and why I'm doing this? I can just work for a company. And then if not, of course, one day I have to close. But until then, I can do a lot to make it work. And that's what I like about it, that it's not only a coffee shop. And that's also what I can see here in Münster, in my city, that also coffee shops are not only being coffee shops.
Just a quick, I don't, it's kind of boring maybe, but I wanted to share something with you so I lived in America, for many years. And
Yes.
there was in Los Angeles, there was a famous bookstore. It was called the Bodhi Tree. And they had all,
Mm-hmm.
all the spiritual, all the spiritual books that you could imagine, right? Because California, they were like
Mm-hmm.
yogis and hippies and whatever. And so I went to visit this bookstore. And in Europe, when you go to a bookstore that's full of spiritual book, people are a little bit holy and it's a little bit serious. Well, here, I immediately walked in the door and I was completely blown away because on the top of the wall, it was full of pictures of Jesus and Buddha and all kinds of gurus, and a picture of this creature from the Star Wars movie called
Mm-hmm.
Yoda.
Mm-hmm.
And that immediately cracked me up because I thought that was so funny. And in the store, I realized it was a community. People came there to kind of hang out, to feel a part of something. And there was a famous porn star model who came there in her pink Chevrolet outside, her big tits, her blonde hair, and the whole thing. And she goes into this bookstore, and you go, oh my God, these poor people who want to be yogis and celibate, they're gonna go crazy. But it was such a wonderful mix of everything was allowed there. I can feel your store can be you can create that kind of space where all that can happen. I'm
Yeah.
excited for you.
Yeah, that's a fun story and a
Yeah.
nice picture to imagine right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, I forgot her name, but I mean, I'm never going to forget it. I was
Yeah,
like, oh, whoa, what's happening here?
there's space for everyone.
That's it. And whatever I've learned in America, that I learned.
Yeah.
That even people can have the most strangest ideas. They allow them to have it, but don't preach about it.
Hmm.
You just accept that, okay, that's you and I'm me, but let's have a coffee
Yeah,
together. Because
exactly.
otherwise you have this all the time. Or you
Yeah.
start and divide and conquer, or you just get
Yes.
separated.
Mm.
Oh, beautiful. So but I don't think it's so strange that you have that ability that you have because your mother has it too.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, if she lives it out or not, but I remember she's very good at organizing and she has a manager in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so too. Also learned it from her. I also learned from my mother to manage myself from a young age. Not that I really had to, like she was always there or would be there for me. But I don't know, she just teached me to manage my own life. And that also I moved out kind of when I was 15, not because there was something dramatic happening, but more because I was then going on a boarding school in Denmark. And this was a very fun time as well. And then after that, I decided to stay in Denmark and going on a different school there. And so then this was kind of my decision that I had to manage my life. And then there I was only 17 and I lived together with two friends in an apartment. And I think all this kind of maybe also helped me doing this, what I'm doing now, like just doing it because there's no other way. Like I can go home, live in Germany again, but I like to live in Denmark and I wanted to go to school there with my friends. I learned on the boarding school. I got to know on the boarding school. So this was just how I have to do it. And then it was fun. Like you learn how to manage life and yeah, it's
Yeah, be
fun.
on your own two legs and make mistakes and say, okay, voila, keep
Yeah.
going. Oh, beautiful. All right. I wish you all the best. And And
You too.
thank you
Thank you
for
so much.
sharing your journey here.
Kind of a therapy session, but a good one.
Oh no, this is not therapy.
No, but it was so nice to talk to you.
Yeah, I think it's important to put that message out there for people, don't be afraid to live.
Yes.
Don't get stuck in that fear because in a way it's not really real.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Thank
uh
you.
otherwise it's what are we doing here?